It is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it. There is no great genius without some touch of madness. Anybody can become angry. That is easy, but to be angry with the right person, and to the right degree, and at the right time, and for the right purpose, and in the right way, that is not within everybody's power, and is not easy. In all things of nature, there is something of the marvelous. You will never do anything in this world without courage. It is the greatest quality of the mind next to honor. I count him braver who overcomes his desires than him who conquers his enemies, for the hardest victory is over self. The worst form of inequality is to try to make unequal things equal. The energy of the mind is the essence of life. Good habits formed in youth make all the difference. Republics decline into democracies and democracies degenerate into despotisms. The ideal man bears the accidents of life with dignity and grace, making the best of circumstances. The aim of the wise is not to secure pleasure, but to avoid pain. Well begun is half done. Courage is the first of human qualities because it is the quality which guarantees the others. The ultimate value of life depends upon awareness and the power of contemplation rather than upon mere survival. The secret to humor is surprise. The educated differ from the uneducated as much as the living from the dead. Suffering becomes beautiful when anyone bears great calamities with cheerfulness, not through insensibility, but through greatness of mind. It is best to rise from life as from a banquet, neither thirsty nor drunken. Wishing to be friends is quick work, but friendship is a slow ripening fruit. Mothers are fonder than fathers of their children because they are more certain they are their own. Fear is pain arising from the anticipation of evil. Education is an ornament in prosperity and a refuge in adversity. The most perfect political community is one in which the middle class is in control and outnumbers both of the other classes. Probable impossibilities are to be preferred to improbable possibilities. Change in all things is sweet. My best friend is the man who in wishing me well wishes it for my sake. The state comes into existence for the sake of life and continues to exist for the sake of good life. I have gained this from philosophy, that I do without being commanded what others do only from fear of the law. Education is the best provision for old age. The virtue of justice consists of moderation, as regulated by wisdom. Wit is educated insolence. For one swallow does not make a summer, nor does one day. And so too one day, or a short time, does not make a man blessed and happy. The end of labor is to gain leisure. Those who educate children well are more to be honored than they who produce them, for these only gave them life, those the art of living well. Youth is easily deceived because it is quick to hope. To run away from trouble is a form of cowardice, and while it is true that the suicide braves death, he does it not for some noble object, but to escape some ill. The soul never thinks without a picture. Jealousy is both reasonable and belongs to reasonable men, while envy is base and belongs to the base, for the one makes himself get good things by jealousy, while the other does not allow his neighbor to have them through envy. What it lies in our power to do, it lies in our power not to do. Moral excellence comes about as a result of habit, We become just by doing just acts, temperate by doing temperate acts, and brave by doing brave acts. Democracy is when the indigent, and not the men of property, are the rulers. We make war so that we may live in peace. He who is to be a good ruler must have first been ruled. It is just that we should be grateful, not only to those with whose views we may agree, but also to those who have expressed more superficial views, for these also contributed something by developing before us the powers of thought. The law is the reason, free from passion. The roots of education are bitter, but the fruit is sweet. Personal beauty is a greater recommendation than any letter of reference. Those that know do. Those that understand teach. A friend to all is a friend to none. He who is unable to live in society, or who has no need because he is sufficient for himself, must be either a beast or a god. Hope is a waking dream. Pleasure in the job puts perfection in the work. At his best, man is the noblest of all animals. Separated from law and justice, he is the worst. Whosoever is delighted in solitude is either a wild beast or a god. The aim of art is to represent not the outward appearance of things, but their inward significance. Happiness depends upon ourselves. Love is composed of a single soul inhabiting two bodies. Quality is not an act, it is a habit.